Whoa, 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 yo, yo, hello, hello, hello. Please tell me I'm still here. Please tell me you can see me. I think I'm jittering, I'm bugging, I'm going left to right. Hold on. It's insane. I know you're all looking around like, whoa, yo, is this for real? Am I seeing this on my screen right now? Yes, you are, as odd as that may sound. You really are seeing that on your screen. I know everybody's waiting for me to say the thing that I say as soon as we get to this point. Don't worry, it's coming. I know, you all want to hear me say. Well, welcome to the show, everybody. Me, 3D, and, well, I don't really know how to say it, but I'm here today to change your perspective on something. And you've probably seen the title, so you might have an idea of what that something already is. So let's get into the quick bit of it. We have to say, is it DeepSeek? Perhaps it's OpenAI. Maybe R154 or some other LLM llama you didn't know existed. Today is the day to find out, because last week we jumped all over AI agents to find out the different parts of AI and their agents, of course. So now let's find the free, FOSS, and open AIs. I'm wanting to change your ideal on mainstream AI, is what today's episode really is all about. But also the problems very few will actually understand, but so many have already actually been affected by these hidden backdoors the AI actually brings to your database. So imagine it like this. Mainstream AI does this thing to your database that's not good. I just simply wanted you to point that out. What is up, everybody? I don't have the chat behind me. I just had to scroll down to find it. I see Inspired Agents up in the chat and Bitcoin Live. Thank you, yo. I'm glad you guys like the new layout. We are literally inside a photon. I'll get into it in a second, though. I want to first thank today's network sponsor, but also I want to thank the network partnerships. I want to thank Deorganized specifically for teaming up with Bitcoin Live Digital Broadcasting DB, their most recent partnerships. And this partnership with Bitcoin Live DB and Deorganized does seem to be a powerhouse combo. I see new heights for both organizations. And now, if you haven't checked out any of the Deorganized early morning broadcasts for stacks and such, and other related topics, I say such, I don't really know what that is. But you need to go over there and see what it is. It's taken off every day. It seems like more and more people showing up to see what they're talking about, especially for the stacks information. Find them on X, Twitter, among other social media platforms. Alright, it says I need to thank today's sponsor. Sorry, I was looking at my notes. My notes was a little bit confusing. Alright, now I want to thank Shield Folio for sponsoring today's episode from within a quantum bit, as well as the Bitcoin Live DB network. Now, if you haven't already seen a Shield Folio, well, they're like a little black book. They are made from stone paper, so they are fade resistant, hair resistant, water resistant. So you can store all of your info, secrets. Your Shield Folio can also handle like a survival wallet, so you can put your crypto keys, your login information, and other bits, maybe even where people live and locate, maybe their direct phone numbers and your phone number. And you don't have to worry about it not surviving with you. It's designed to take the test of time. And I say time and also anything you pretty much throw at it, because again, stone paper. I personally have a Shield Folio of my own, and I use it to store info, contacts, crypto keys, among other things. These are like little black books. They are pocket sized and ready to be at your side, regardless of your adventure online or in real life. And if you look in the middle where we have, the little AOC figure freaking out, that's actually a Shield Folio QR link, so you can scan that throughout any point in time in today's episode, find them. Or if you use the big one and use the code BitcoinLive20, get 20% off your Shield Folio today. I really do think they are actually really great, handy ways to do offline storage of information you need online, or for stuff you use online. I'm a big I'm a big believer in this versus like key management software, in case you're wondering. So I do want to roll into the roll-ins because gosh darn, we got a good start so far, I think. Woo! Heck yeah! Thank you again to Affiliate for sponsoring today's episode and for the deorganized partnership. Now, I do want to go into a little bit about, like, I keep changing up. So the last thing we had, we were in a spaceship. You guys remember, we were flying through space trying to discover different things, and we were talking about various different things along the way. Well, we crashed. I finished a recent paper, and the cost of publishing sideswiped me. It either it grew from the last time I looked at it, or I just had the wrong price originally, and so because of that, I was like, no, we're crashing the ship. We are gotta get into some real stuff, and we were just getting into the AI, and when I literally just went up to an AI, and I was like, my ship has crashed, and I'm talking about AI. Where am I? And it basically said, you're in a photon. That's where we're at, bro. We're in a photon. We're in the greater fourth dimension quantum machine. Heck yeah. And I'm glad to be here because today's going to be a great, absolute, insane episode. Now, I do want to point out, I did mention this earlier, right? Big screen. Ah, look at that. The wave of madness intersects, broses. Okay, so normally the way this works is I only have chat on YouTube. We used to have a thing up where we could actually see wave of madness. Probably heard that. My bad. But today I don't have any chats on screen. So neither YouTube or X or any of the other places we might be at. But I do have X in chat, or X on screen as well. So I'm going to try to check both chats as we go. Hopefully this will be a new thing going on. And maybe in the future I can figure out how to get maybe X screen, because YouTube has a blocker. Every time I hit inspect element with YouTube on screen, or into the YouTube thing, it just like destroys everything. So back to where we were going. I did mention earlier, we did have a previous episode about AI agents, and I do want to give you that. So throughout today's episode, you're going to see me pop up this little QR, and when that QR pops up, you're going to be able to just scan that and go to where we're at. And as you can tell, it's now a little bit easier because there used to be some stuff in the way, and some people were letting me know that it was unscannable at times, especially the big one. A lot of data. So hopefully this will be a little bit easier for you. And as you can see, previously we did have an actual spaceship scene. I was really happy with that. Me and AI went to town with that. AI gave me some base models, and I boosted up some. We do have the boxes off to the side because we crashed, bro. I still got my supplies. Alright. Okay, so anyways, back to what we're talking about. Basically, we went over, we want to find some AIs that can handle various things. The last time we gave various agents that were buildable, and many of those agents were just different AIs, where one output is used as another's input, and sometimes just loops through the same AI until the final result was actually achieved. So, or before you moved on to the next one. So I guess today what we're really going to be looking at are what's popping, what's hot, and what's ready for FOSS goers. I'm not actually going to be saying the ones in front of us are FOSS. I'm looking for the FOSS one. Is there one out there? We're gonna ask that question. We're gonna try to answer that. And I'm gonna present you some AIs today that may or may not be FOSS. I want you to know that now. Because as a keynote, most of these AIs we'll be showcasing should work for most operating systems. I think that was a key point I wanted to do this time. Last time we had a bunch of AIs where they were only specific Windows or Linux and Mac. And few of them were all of the three. So I think all the ones we have today are system agnostic most about. Almost all operating systems should work on it. Some of these will be GPU specific AIs, and most of these will be CPU specific, meaning like you can set it up to use GPU on some of these, and some of these will not use GPU at all. So keep that in mind. Depending on which one you're looking at, what you want to do, you might have to go look to see if it's GPU or CPU only specific or agnostic, meaning you can do both. Yes, roasted, it is learning time. So I won't highlight which is which. You will be given the tools to find out with these little QRs. And also in the description later on, sometime down the stream, like probably like in a week or two or something like that, we'll actually get on the YouTube, we'll get links put into the description. So that way, later on down the line, if you're rewatching this for like, oh, I want to do that now, you can hopefully you'll be able to go back and find those links if the QRs do difficult for you or you don't actually want to scan them. There's a bunch of people telling me they don't even scan them. Good point. Now, I've been doing this. I'm trying to do this more and more. We are at the pre-search quick link. So this is today's helpful quick search, free, offline, one-click AI through pre-search. That's right. Use this QR to find this, but I want to show you something you should be able to do with any device or browser, specifically with pre-search. And I am bringing this up because pre-search has an AI, so I will tell you more about why I'm bringing this up now then. But let me get into this now because I'm actually going to jump into my settings tab. So give me a second while I make sure it's set up where it needs to be. It readjusts. It is. Oh wow, that actually works. Okay. Here's my real settings. These are my real settings for my search settings, my search browsers. I am not able to put pre-search in my search engine. I've had this problem with many different devices. Many different devices where my search engine allowance is not. I can't put in customs. If it's not one of these, they won't let me put it in. So I found a workaround. That's right. We found a real workaround. Basically, there's this thing called site search to add in specific site searching capabilities. And I've tried basically to add in pre-search as my default search engine many times. And this is the best way to get around it. I've also got this to work for something other than pre-search. So we're going to show you how this works before we show you how to do this. Because as you can see here, some of my shortcuts is find, free, search, P, define, JS, and W3. It says here I need to at least show you how to do some of these. So for example, you can't see what I'm typing in. Keep that in mind. I'm going to tell you what I'm typing in. I'm typing in define. And then I'm going to put in space. I'm going to put in some words. Orange. And it's now going to do a pre-search. Orange. Now keep in mind, there is a system where you can log into pre-search. So if you have your cookie set to automatically log in, you actually get paid to do these searches like this right from your search bar. Now I want to show you the real cake and butter. I'm going to type in JS and then a space and nothing else, and just type in enter. And it's going to go to the query, which is actually the JavaScript homepage for W3 Schools. This is actually the website I use to learn 99% of my JavaScript, in case you're wondering. Here's the link. So we're actually going to be able to see that later as well. Now, I'm just going to hit delete, and I'm going to type in W3 W3 space JS array. And it should now do a search on W3 for JavaScript array. Now, because of the way their system is set up, you can't see it. But if I just come over here, you see how that little thingy over there lights up, or it goes dark or something. Yeah, because I'm on it. I'm going to click that, and it should pop up. There it is. There's my search query, JavaScript arrays, specifically JavaScript arrays. The exact thing I looked for, and there's the one I want right here at the top. And boom, there we go. We're there. Now, this is the big secret here. So we're going to go back, and right down here we can see I have my stuff. And you see I typed in define, it did a pre-search search, worked perfect. I want to edit this so you can see what it looks like. Pre-search define. It actually has the pre-search, and then it has the query line, the queue, zoom in. And then I actually typed in the word define and then a space, which is parenthesis 20, and then parenthesis S is how we automatically replace in for the whatever that extra typing is. As you can see, it tells you to do that right there. So that will now define words as I ask to define them. Almost as if I have AI right in my search bar. And that's kind of my point here, is your search bar has a lot of capabilities you're not aware of. Let me show you a little bit more of how to use this feature. I'm going to click add. Okay. We're gonna name this reg ref. I always need a reg express reference. The shortcut is reg express. That's the short for reg express. No space there. And then here I'm gonna copy what it says, which is the actual web link for what the. So I'm not putting in the parenthesis s. So I can actually type in reg express space anything, and it will just go here. You have to keep that in mind for later, because that can mess you up down the line. But I now have a way. This is going to watch. Add it in. There it is. Add it in. Delete. I'm going to just type in reg express space. Boom. Shakalaka laka boom. Well, this is going to be important later. Also, we are going to highlight more than one AI that's completely usable through the web browser. That could be completely called through this system. Meaning, you can now turn any web browser into an AI agent. That, I guarantee you, no one saw coming. No one saw the ability to turn their web browser into an AI agent. But you don't know where to go for that yet. So, maybe this little pre-search search will help you out later on down the line for that. But we are going to show you some today that are absolutely exactly what that says. One click and ready to go. Okay, so we showed you that. Again, it's a neat way to customize your web browsing experience. So again, if you are logged in with pre-search, you do get those tokens a lot faster. In regards to your operating system, this is a way to find AI use for your everyday, or AI-like use for your everyday, without a whole lot of problems. Now let's go ahead and get on to the hunt. Because from this point on, we are literally in the hunt, in the middle of the hunt. I don't know if the Twitter chat's still working. I don't say anything, but we can only tell in due time. I'm going to move over to the next spot. We're going over to DeepSeek. So basically, this is what caused today's episode. DeepSeek caused today's episode. Yeah, I was doing research for the last episode, and I saw stuff about this, and then it exploded. and technology. And we were already about to do an AI mini-series, so I interrupted everything for this episode simply because of this. Oh. My title on the web, the live stream is for Am I in the Wrong Spot? I did get something messed up. My title is not. Okay, anyways, back on what I was saying. Sorry. So DeepSeek's privacy policy. I mean, there's like actually two completely different policies that say basically the exact same thing, and then you have this one. So we're told to read the orange bit because they're really important. Automatically collected information. This is from automatically collected information from DeepSeek. We collect certain device and network connection information when you access the service. This information includes your device model, operating system, keystroke, patterns, or rhythms, IP address, and system language. We also collect service-related diagnostics and performance information, including crash reports, performance logs. We automatically assign your device ID and user ID where you log in from multiple devices. We use information such as your device ID and user ID to identify your activity across devices to give you a seamless login experience and for security purposes. In case you did not pick that up, having DeepSeek watches your device model, operating system, keystroke, patterns. It doesn't say and rhythms, but believe it or not, doing that gives them your rhythms. IP address, system language, service related anything, which can also mean database collection from relatable databases that can be communicated through their database, which is any Python code and SQL based database, which all major operating systems use, except for some Linux. Oh, you're basically screwed. Basically, anything they want to collect, they can collect. Because they can just go through the back door of the SQL and Python. Just ask for it, and it will be delivered. Because it puts all the database onto a single data rail, basically. Diagnostics of whatever kind they ask. Also, performance information, including crash report and performance logs, and that last bit makes sense if they do it while you're using it. This can be done at any point in time. Believe it or not, from the wording, this is done at all points in time. All you just have a pipeline downstream that just sends it out. And if it's not an open to the internet, it just waits. So, information from other sources. Again, still automatically collected information from other sources. Advertisers, measurement, and other partners share information with us about you and your actions you have taken outside the service, such as your activities on other websites and apps or in stores, including products, services you may have purchased, online or in person. These partners also share information with us, such as mobile identifiers for advertising, email addresses and phone numbers, cookies, identifiers, blah blah blah. Outside everything you use outside the service. The reason why this is here is because their database system can ask for this directly through your device's database. You don't have to actually purchase this because DeepSeek is on your computer. All the information is on that single data rail. It can just basically do a couple of quick empty calls to the database, asking for nothing, and then ask for anything listening will respond. And there's a lot of stuff set up as like automatically giving information. And something I've talked about heavily on the show is how cookies are used as, when you have non-associated cookies, they're used as an identifier, as a type of fingerprinting. And it's not through actual cookie, it's through associated cookie. Here is cookie identifiers mean cookies that you may have been given that don't have anything to do seemingly with you, but if it's on your device, it does mean something. Can't believe it took Chinese AI to accidentally give away that. A lot of companies in America would not do it. EU, they speak about it. How we use your information. I really think this was the most important part. Provide and administer the service such as enabling you to chat with DeepSeek, provide user support. Some of that makes sense. I mean, not for everything they're taking, but it does make sense. Enforce our terms and other policies that apply to you. Makes sense. There's a lot of laws that might not apply to you that they could enforce, they don't have to enforce, like Chinese law. Review user input, output, and other information to protect the safety and well-being of our community. Make sure if you're trying to hack it, they will literally see it coming. I mean, maybe not as it's coming, but at least afterwards they'll be able to see it and prove it with you. And then that's an important part. Notify you of changes to the service and communicate with you. Like, believe it or not, they can actually communicate with you through chat systems. In DeepSeek, I've actually talked about how this was a flaw a long time ago. We talked about this, and then like I think during 3 we were talking about this, and then it came up during like 3.5 where people were actually using it to spy on other people. The chat system is like an integrated network, and they're given enough information to be able to tunnel directly to you and be able to directly communicate only with you if need, based on information they already put above this. That's how they can really do that, and that actually is a neat way to do fraud protection. FOSS, it's not all that's bad in so many more ways. So they also maintain and enhance the safety, security, and stability of the service by identifying and addressing technical or service issues or problems, as I just kind of basically explained. And some of the ones they are explaining is like spam, bugs, checking abuse, fraud, and illegal activity. It also means reporting that too, by the way. Review, improve, and develop the service, including by monitoring interactions and usage across your device, analyzing how people are using it, and by training and improving our technology. So that makes some sense. Comply with our legal obligations or as necessary to perform tasks in the public interest to protect the vital interests of our users and other people. That's all. Alright, here we go. That's not false. I have seen so many places say, oh, the very first time. No, whoa, no. This is not false. Okay? So, I want to point out, this means even offline data is being collected and given to them. Rather, they're not saying they're paying for it, because they are not paying for it, most likely. So can we find an actual false AI? Because DeepSeek was supposed to be the cheap for nonprofit AI that media hype. Yeah, no. Never trust, only verify. But next will be some places that at least we can start to verify. It was pretty easy to verify this was not false. Okay? Actually, I say that, and I had to go through 2 layers of what looked like the exact same privacy policy, with each one had their own unique name, own unique link, and each one contained only one link to another one, which then eventually got me here to the real privacy policy. So all the other ones before this is some other modified policy that's not actually privacy policy, but it says on all 3 of them, DeepSeek privacy policy. All 3 of them say the exact same thing at the top, even though each one link is different. This was done on purpose. I don't care who you are. That was done on purpose. Yeah, I censored myself. Okay. So, what do we have here? PC Mag has some information. This site really does break down quite a bit in simple terms. The part I really want to highlight, though, is behind the warnings behind running LLMs. Like, I was just at it a second. Some warnings about running LLMs locally is what we want to look at. So first, a few caveats. Scratch that. A lot of caveats. Okay, basically, there is a lot of problems with running LLMs locally. They rely on a lot of other software dependencies. Most of the other stuff is FOSS. Not always. There's tons of stuff you can't get. Things are hodgepodge together. And like it says here, this means everything is maintained by a hodgepodge of solo programmers and team of volunteers, along with a few massive companies like Facebook, Microsoft. The point is that you'll encounter a lot of moving parts, and this is your first time working with open source software. Don't expect it to be as simple as downloading an app on your phone. Instead, it's more like installing a bunch of software before you can even think about downloading the final app you want to actually even do anything. And no matter how tough or thorough the user-friendly we try to make it, this guide. Oh, my bad. No matter how thorough we try to make this guide, no matter how user-friendly we try to make this guide, you're going to run into obstacles that we can't address into a single article. And that's my point of doing this in the manner we're doing it today. We're going over multitudes of these things. We're not going to go over one. We're going to go over more than one. We're going to go over different parts of AI in various different ways. Now, this is simply running an LLM. Some of the warnings here are like AI is quicksand. Everything moves fast in the environment, undergoing massive shifts and constant bias. So you constantly hear things like, "Oh, if you do this, you get blah blah blah," and then no one's really tested this, no one really knows, and you end up with spending weeks trying to get it working just to find out it didn't do anything and it set you back to get back to where you were. There's a lot of issues with this. I want you to be upfront right now. I am attempting to find the easiest way to do any of this, and it's not actually easy. So let's get it. Let's get there. Let's do our first one. Ooh. We're going to start strong. This is a hybrid R1, similar to DeepSeek, so to speak. I don't know if this is FOSS. It would be nice to get someone to test this and see for verification reasons if it may be. But it's one of the masters of a multiplex AIs, in my opinion. And this is by Hugging Face. Multiplex AI. Look at that picture. Damn, that dolphin might have two eyes on the same side, but he's a master thinker. And here it says Dolphin 3.0 is a next generation of Dolphin series of instruct-learned models. Cool. The reasoning first. Or one kind of thing. Not really. Oh, it says there are actually easy to use buttons here at the top. Oh, right behind the QR. Look at that. So if you look really off to the side, I'm going to try to spin on them. We got little buttons like this model. Deploy. Deploy. Train. Oh, I could actually train. More. Nice. That's actually really handy. All that right there, boom, in your face, Hugging Face has given you guys already the first oomph, the easy mode, even though it's not actually easy. But at least easy mode to get started. And okay, cool. We did see in the PC Mag they actually mentioned something from Hugging Face. So I thought it was kind of cool to start there. Now I want to go around the bend a little bit. We're going to go to here to galaxy.ai. So this is like a box store for AI. And in the last episode, I showcased a very FOSS friendly, like an Autobox version of something like this. And So I wanted to point out the price points on the site because some of you may have hardware you could put the extra work for selling AI API for big conglomerate networks or run flux. I don't know. Maybe some of you could figure out somehow to use the form data, and I'm going to have to point out in front of you, plus also stuff like the Delphi interface and other AIs I'm going to show you, to maybe self-hosting your own thing. Like, now keep in mind, self-hosting doesn't mean you actually have to host it. People rent out server firms very often. Let me show you an example of a server firm. Now, for example, this is one for games, so maybe not the exact best one to showcase. But a friend of mine was using this, and they found out this one was pretty damn good. So maybe find an AI-friendly version of something cool. And different Barkley is just game servers. There's tons of servers for specific cases, just like this one. Just make sure they're giving you like lots of dedicated hardware space, not virtual hardware. Huge difference. All right, let's get into the actual. Hugging Face is an actual AI, but what about GPT-4? Oh, Now, this is also using LLMs and on desktops and laptops. No API calls for GPU required. So this is supposed to be click, download, go. The claim, going to click. And it's downloading. Holy crap. That's going. Yep. That was actually one click, and it just gets done. That did not take long. Wow, look, here's the instructions. That's not very much. Now, you're going to notice something like this. It's going to be running from like this. And I do want to go ahead and give you guys actual GitHub for this. Filmic. Or the person that did it. I do want to give you that specifically. It's designed to be like the most one-click agnostic LLM ready, like home service when you run locally. Just one of many. All right, so again, I don't know if the last one is FOSS. This one kind of claims to be it. At least open source. So this is where we get some confusion here. The Jan claims to be 100% open source. What is that FOSS? Hugging Face model. Well, Hugging Face has models for this. That's a good start. But again, is it also one-click download? We go up here to download. Oh, even different. What next one? Nothing. It's supposed to be. My notes here says it did pass the one-click test. There it goes. Oh look, you see the other one. Nice. 2 minutes while streaming to download is not bad. Not bad. I think this passed every test but the FOSS test. I say that because I did not do a FOSS test. I did not do a FOSS test on any of these that would take months and months and months and months. For me at least. So we're gonna keep going. So I would say there's a bit of chance this isn't FOSS, but it is local. So we would need someone to verify that this is also FOSS, but this is, as you see, text-to-speech model. A lot of people that need text-to-speech. Now imagine if you could have a faster running local model that's Python, right? Like almost all these are going to be Python. Not that much to get into, but again, web interface. This could be used through that system we were showcasing earlier by using site-based systems. Even if it's local, you can use that locally caught through local AI that's running on your local intranet. I almost said that wrong. Your local intranet. So this is one that I don't know if it's FOSS, but could definitely be a way to get you learning how to implement higher end systems and that address ready set up, like I said, like earlier, like you could put in the code TTS and say yes, and then if you want, go in and then speak it. So it's possible. Now we need all of these. Most of these need LLMs. So here is, this is supposed to be the LLM. I mean that. Literally the LLM. So, but is it FOSS? It seems open, not FOSS. Again, this is where it gets muddy. I want to also show you the GitHub. And if we look in, I'm going to zoom in on it. I like the new setup, man. We can do so much more with the zoom. A lot of you guys miss out half what I do when I go like this. When I go one way, my cameras don't pick up, so I got to do something with my cameras. I do not intend. I do this stuff, you don't really see it. But when I do this and I'm going out of screen, you do see it. Anyways, so this has an Apache 2.0 license, but it also has a code of conduct and security policy. Now, code of conduct doesn't always mean it's not FOSS, but that's a lot of times where they put in the hidden unFOSS stuff. And security policies almost always means unFOSS. That's not a test, but that's definitely a way to check things. At least get started, right? All right, so it says, for example, here is OpenR1. Okay, they're not OpenR1. Open means open source, not FOSS. Never mind. That's one of the points we're having between open and FOSS. Open is just open source. FOSS is free and open source. Free as in freedom, not free as in money. But this one is supposed to be the first open source and FOSS R1 reconstruction of DeepSeek R1. Now, not only is this supposed to be the first free open source version of R1, it's also a reconstruction of DeepSeek R1. It's just really fun because this now has no spyware or backdoor tricks. But it's going to be a bit less one click for you this one time now. It's brand new. And I think that may be a point, although this one is probably the newest AI we're going to show you today. It does show how, getting one that's been on the field a bit longer has its advantages, like one click download. It's just one is verifiable, and for the most part, verifiable without having to take too many extra steps. Like an open, not FOSS AI might have or impossible ways to see the weights or internal code. So this, so let this be like the dividing line between FOSS and open AI. Open may let you get the weights, but not always. While open may let you see the code, not normally all the parts of it. Both will let you download and use them, even locally sometimes. We saw DeepSeek steals your data even if you're using it locally. Like, it has a way to get online, it will get online. But open FOSS is verifiable. That's why we need someone in the community to test for open and FOSS with AIs that are on the market. Now, this one's a bit different. Open R1, you can like literally see it being built in real time. Like, when I first started this wasn't even done. Now it's done. Like, when I first started this, oh no, it's still a work in progress. When I first started this, like, it wasn't even, like, it was just people still putting it together. It's logic and stuff. Now it's like, so much is here, like, you can actually put something together, get something running. Creepy. Cool. Pretty cool. Alright. So, so this, probably not FOSS. You are going to be getting ChatGPT on mobile apps. So, Boom said it was running offline. Beware of these traps. Notice it's only APIs. Like, if we go in here, we look on the side, like right above my head, you see it's just basically all APIs. And so there is some logic that will be done actually locally, but almost everything's API based. So, like, no internals or anything. Well, it's because it's all plug-in online, not plug-in offline. And yeah, I doubt this is FOSS at all. I wanted to give you this to show you this trap where this was in searches. This claims to be FOSS. Not. Alright, I did hint at it. I said we were going to do something about it because, yeah, even pre-search has AI. I don't know if pre-GPT is FOSS, but if anything, it shows there is a lower budget way anything, and even not do things. But I really want to showcase that this, because, like, I showcase the pre-search quick stuff. There's a chance you could use this service with that stuff. So again, you can have those directly from your address bar, AI prompt systems, just like how we showed you how I did the reference search for the JavaScript Reg Express on w3schools.com. And if anything, this shows that you could potentially, maybe if you're having a business and you're trying to do something, like, prices can be cheaper than you realize. If you can get people to come in, you're running it locally, you probably make it way cheaper than other places. Like, this is insane cheap, and it's running off of a decentralized system. So perhaps, maybe, you might want to run your own node. Here is their website that's all about how to run one, because this is potentially one way you could hop into the pre. I don't know. This will probably help you out in some situations. Research node running one. Tons of people that this is their main income right here. The services like this, it makes sense why it's possible. Now let's get back on track to where we were, looking for FOSS. And again, I don't know if pre-GPT is. I would like someone to find out. Like, I would like someone to find out that's running Stable Diffusion locally as well. I know there's a lot of Stable Diffusion models that are considered FOSS. Not all of them. And I really don't know what this one is, but I really enjoy it. Flex being another one I really enjoy too. So I'd rather you give this one this is like damn near step-by-step instruction for actually installing this locally. Even show you where to click. Really good. So I had to include this, even if it's not FOSS, because a lot of people are going to be able to use this to learn how to train models, learn how to better on so far, and to even do like in-prompt training in combination with models, or having a model learning system attached with it to then give it feedback loops to for you as you declare if those were good or bad prompts out there. So, very good one to help you set up a multiplex system to help get the thing that you're probably wanting. to run locally. This is one definitely good for a learning system, even if it's not FOSS. Now, because we're showing some high-end, famous ones. And again, I don't know if this is FOSS, but Grok. Okay, because I know Grok on X Twitter will hear this, and if someone asks Grok to explain this live stream to them on X Twitter, right in the application, here's actually Grok 1 for offline use. Yes, they have a fast and easy way to actually get the weights. Oh, right there, just download it. I was actually impressed with that one. So thanks, Elon, or whomever made this happen. Because I don't know if Grok is FOSS, but someone can find out now for us if it is. Thank you. The contributors, look, there's 7 contributors. So, here is an article that if you're not sure how to do it, this will get you there. This will definitely get you all the extra steps to getting Grok running, hopefully. Okay, so constantly in my research, I kept running into articles and individual statements saying that Ideogram was like open or free or something and offline. And there's little bit that is free. And even offline, there's still a bunch that isn't free, which is odd. It showcases how AI on any machine isn't limited unless you sandbox it from the hardware. Maybe which sandboxes are best will be for another episode. Like and comment if you'd like to that for another day. Like basically if you'd like to see me go over different sandboxes or VMs that handle AIs better than others, let me know in the comment below. Do you really think I'm done showing potentially FOSS AIs? Heck no, I got a couple more up my sleeve, like Olama. Say hello to Olama. And yeah, this is a legend LLM ready to be in your device. Is FOSS open? I don't know. But here it is. Someone give it a try and verify something for me. Is Olama FOSS? Because there are so many places claiming it is. Tons all saying this is the FOSS LLM to go to. Even though the top hot LLM to go to this year is the LLM, I'm completely confused. You see why it gets very confusing very fast, why we need someone to do this. Why we need an AI verifier in the community. Here we go. I don't see very much deep learning FOSS AI. And to be honest, I don't know if this is FOSS. I did find a big list of graphical user interface or GUI based AIs. Again, I don't know if any of these are FOSS. But I know there's going to be someone out there, tons of you out there, who are not going to be willing to try to use an AI through your command prompt. Get it. I'm going to at least give you some options. And maybe if we had an AI verifier in the community, well, they could verify if any of these are actually FOSS or not. You know, some of these might actually be, like GPT for All is in here. I didn't even know that was in here. AutoGPT is in here. Focus is in here. Man. Bruh. Stable Studio. Oh my gosh. The NMKD Stable Diffusion. One of the bigger ones. There's a lot of stuff in here. Uneven Comfy UI. Nice. Alright. I didn't go through this whole list. I just went and verified like a handful of them. And like make sure they actually went somewhere, download it, use it, then verify as well. Alright, so okay. I understand. This is a more complicated topic. And in my opinion, now I mean that. This is a more complicated topic, in my opinion. So here is a way for anyone to learn more about open source models for free. Now, this is specifically with Hugging Face, blah, 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 but there's some of the best open source model makers in the field, in my opinion. They have other courses, like you see at the top, there's a banner. New course, enroll in how transformer LLMs work. Like, they have the courses here. There's more than one. The bunch of stuff here, community. Come here, find out, learn for free. There's no reason why you can't learn more. If this is what you want to be able to do, is stuff like this, or offer services like I was showcasing earlier. Services like this. Maybe services for something like this. Like, there's opportunities in front of us. And I know, like, we hear all the time, we're all early. Some of you may have been wondering, how? Where? Why? What? Look, I promised to write to find some FOSS AI. And I end up only finding one guaranteed FOSS offline capable AI. Maybe there were more of them out there. Almost all the ones I showed today claim to be at least open. Almost all of them, except for like Galaxy, Kilogram. I still don't know about Kilogram. It got more confusing the more I tried to look into it. Okay, to find out if AI is FOSS, we're not using backdoor tricks in the programming or databasing techniques used and it's going on for modifications with respect to updating the community, blah, 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 blah. It takes time, effort, energy, testing, and a lot of testing effort. Sounds to me like there are a few reasonably FOSS-like open options. Because we saw it get, like, for example, OpenR1. We know, for example, that is reasonably FOSS because we saw it get built in live time, and you can actually view its history. Yeah, and I think it's mostly open in the history, at least. I think too, like you can see how it was deconstructing DeepSeek R1 as fast as possible. Honestly, when I started this episode, OpenR1 wasn't considered done. It wasn't considered usable in a state where you could download and use it, and I had to go through and rewrite some stuff because, as it appears now, it's at least in a state where you can use it. Either way it goes, I showcase at least 3 different ways someone could earn a bit of money if they have the wits and skills to make some AIs come to life. But I think the most important part you get from today is free and open source, free as in freedom, not free as in no cost, isn't the same as open. And regardless if they are FOSS or not, there's many to pick from to even run offline. But at the beginning we did showcase how even DeepSeek can utilize offline data. So until someone verifies the FOSSness, then until we can verify the FOSSness and then multiple people do it independently to verify the FOSSness, we can only guess which ones really are FOSS. And not just plated spyware, just tell you the data. It's not all friendly, pretty, and cute, cuddly, blah, blah, blah. I get that. But at the same time, that's really the point, is if it was all cutesy, cuddly, and blah, 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 then why in the heck would any of it need to be open versus not? It would just all automatically be FOSS. And that's, if anything, maybe you can see how the words are being used against you. The magic behind those words. Now maybe that's why AOC is freaking out beside me. Oh, you can only decide.